Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy GenoMingo, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little bit different, okay? Some of you may feel like I'm targeting you with some of the things that I'm going to be saying, but it's all in fun, okay, guys? And you know what they say, the truth hurts, and if the shoe fits. That being said, we're going to be going over top 5 scrub quotes for Street Fighter 6. Now, guys, we're going to have fun with this, I'm not going to lie, because I see a lot of people who say certain things in, you know, the ecosystem of Street Fighter 6, and they talk so confidently as if that's some type of like bragging point, and I just know, like, yeah, you're probably at the game. I'm not gonna like, there's no way you're saying this and you're not like Iron 5, bro. Like, you're dead ass. Like, are you dead ass? This is your take. This is what you're trying to convince me that you can accomplish, like, in this game. But anyway, enough yap, guys. Let's get straight into the first one, and that is, I can't wait until my main is in the game so I can finally play. Now, I just want to go ahead and clarify right now, if you're one of those people who think that since your main isn't in the game, or you tried Street Fighter 6 and it didn't really work out for you because maybe, hey, my character that I usually use isn't in the game, that's why it's not really clicking for me, and I can't use any of these other characters because they're not really, you know, my playstyle. I can relate to that. But I will say, if you're waiting for your main to come to Street Fighter 6, just go ahead and hang it up, buddy. If you're actually trying to be good at the game, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You waited way too long. You can still learn, yeah, maybe make it up to master, but if that's your logic, no, dude. You're gonna be in the trenches trying to get out of Iron 5, bro. Like, you're f***ing cooked. You have to understand, with fighting games, it's all about adaptability. If your character didn't make it to the game, then you just find another character that you can adapt to and, you know, kind of figure out new things with in order to improve your playstyle overall. You don't have to stick to the same thing. It's actually better to know how to use multiple characters that fit better for different matchups. So you kind of limit your potential by just waiting for a certain character that's probably not even going to play the same way in the previous titles that they're going to play in Street Fighter 6, so we get disappointed. Like, you should just play the game and try to enjoy it and learn, instead of handicapping yourself or limiting yourself by saying, oh, my main isn't in the game, so I'm just trash, I'm not going to play until they put him in the game. Nah, you're just gonna be trash overall, buddy. Hate to say it, but it's true. Now, for number 2, okay, this one is a telltale sign to me that you have not reached like any real competition in Street Fighter 6 yet at all. Like, you're still in the levels of like reaching master. You're still coming from like out of platinum or diamond or whatever, and you don't even face real competition until you reach like high master. If you're in master, bro, and you think you're having real matches, you're having semi-real matches, okay? You haven't hit the gutter yet, the trenches. You have not hit the trenches, bro. I'm telling you. And that is, I can win my matches without drive rush. Guys,
why ain't no way, bro? Why ain't no way, bro?
If you're winning your matches consistently without drive rush and you're climbing up the ranks, you're not fighting any real competition. Okay, I don't care how good you think your neutral is. In Street Fighter 6, you are not winning any real competitive matches without using drive rush. Maybe a round or so if you play really good with some, you know, defense, but even then, you're using your drive meter, okay? I don't know who told y'all to feel proud about winning matches without drive meter, but if you win that, you're literally beating up on a scrub. You're beating up on a bot. Like, you're fighting a bot. You are going up against a bot. So don't pat yourself on the back. Just be like, free points. You know, that's how you should treat it. While you're over here like, I have integrity. I played real neutral. Like, I'm such a pristine, sublime player. Shut your bitch ass up, Punk. You're not him. You're not Punk, okay? Even Punk doesn't do that shit. What makes you think you're gonna win matches consistently online against the real hitters, the real slimes, the real ghouls? So please, get rid of this illusion that you tell yourself like, oh my gosh, I must be such a higher echelon player since I'm winning my matches without drive rush. No, bro, you're fighting bots, straight bots. Okay, now for number 3, and this one I partially agree with some of you on, but not so much, and that is, modern is for scrubs and it gives people an unfair advantage. Now, saying that modern is for scrubs, I will say Most of the people that I know that use modern use it because they have trouble with execution, and most of them probably didn't come up playing fighting games, or they never had that fighting game that really challenged them to get good at, you know, execution before Street Fighter 6. And Street Fighter 6 is probably their first major or real fighting game, and the entry level to Street Fighter 6 is pretty easy, you know, especially with drive rush in the game. That mechanic just gives a lot of mileage. But anyway, modern is definitely there to help people with execution errors, but as far as an unfair advantage, I do not agree with that. You have to remember to keep a mental track that this person has modern, so they probably have 2-button DPs, you know, they have 2-button supers or a 1-button super. It makes you keep a mental note, and a lot of people forget that throughout the matchup, and they're trying to do their regular meaties and just like do risky things without remembering that at all times, and they wind up getting robbed. And in that case, it's really annoying, yes, but it's really just player error, and you have to get used to it. It's a part of the game, just like many other annoying things, and you just gotta add it into the variables. But some people go on the deep end by saying, oh, this is just for scrubs, you guys aren't good at the game, like you guys are the scum of the game. Like some of you guys just rail on modern players when it's really not that deep, and it kind of just makes you look like a scrub. Like, for real, it's really not that serious. And what it just tells me when I read comments like that is that, you know, you haven't played the game enough. You haven't really evolved your mindset to, like, you know, tune into the more competitive nature of understanding things yet. And that's okay. It all comes with becoming a better player. Everybody has those annoying things that they feel like shouldn't be in the game. Hell, I don't feel like Super should be in Tekken, but who am I to say? Who am I to say it doesn't belong, you know? So is modern for scrubs? Yeah, but you just have to adapt your playstyle around that. That's what makes you a good player. Okay, now for number 4. This one, it always makes me laugh, but it confuses me as well because it always makes me question what people are exactly expecting from the game. Like, I don't understand where they're missing the point, you know? But anyway, that is, I only lose to my opponent when they spam drive rush. And again, I'm just like, yo, did you miss the entire point of the game, bro? Like, where were you? Like, how long has Street Fighter 6 been out? Has it been like, what, 3 years now? Yeah, I don't think you caught on, bro. I don't think you got the memo. Like, just go ahead and set the controller down and go play like COTW. Matter of fact, go play Arc Raiders, bro. This is not the genre for you, because what the first of all, you're saying spamming already lets me know enough right there. Like, spamming, bro, yeah, you're ass, buddy. Spamming hasn't been used in fighting game terminology since, like, what, the 2010s? Dog, that shit is done with now. Spamming isn't spamming if it's working. It's called zoning, my guy. And at the end of the day, if they're spamming, it's your job to adapt to it. All right, so take that out of your vocabulary, place it with zoning, and it actually kind of changes your mindset to think a little bit differently about your approach in that matchup against said character that's zoning or spamming, as you say. And a lot of people struggle with that. It is annoying to have a character throwing a bunch of shit at you that you don't know how to deal with, but that's the point. Like, you're supposed to force yourself to learn. And if one of those things is the mechanic of the game, well, guess what, buddy? You're not going to get good at the game unless you throw yourself into that situation and force yourself to adapt. You can't be like, oh, they're just spamming it on me, spamming it. That's the only reason why I lose. Then you're never going to be able to play the game, buddy, because every time you have to deal with this, you're going to lose. Because you choose to limit yourself instead of adapting and evolving. See, you're regressing your brain. You're depleting the power of your brain cells by calling it spamming instead of increasing the power of them by calling it zoning. You see the dilemma there? I hope that was helpful for some of you and you were able to digest and understand that, because I wouldn't just shit on you guys without also trying to provide a little advice. You feel me? Come on now. And now we have number 5, and that is, they made the game too easy. Now, a lot of people say this for 2 reasons. Either they realize that, you know, the entry level of the game has significantly decreased, you know, which it has, but they're still good enough to realize that and still be able to play competently in the game without letting that affect them emotionally during their matches. And the other half is the person that says that as an excuse to justify their inadequacies. So it's basically a form of deflection to keep them from taking accountability for their own poor player habits. And it's kind of sad because I feel like that's the worst form of being a doomer or just reaching your plateau in fighting games. Once you feel like, okay, the game is too easy now, that's why everyone's beating me, then yeah, bruh, you're hitting a dark age. You're hitting a dark age of gaming. I'm not gonna lie, you're falling off, bro, and you're gonna have to figure out how to get back on that horse, because even if it is easier, it should be easier for you to win because you understood previous games that were harder at a higher level with a higher skill ceiling. So it shouldn't be too difficult for you to lock in with this one, you know? And it does translate. Most of that knowledge does translate. It just depends on where your knowledge was at to begin with. If you struggle with things in Street Fighter 5 that you never really got over, you're gonna struggle with those same things in Street Fighter 6. So if you're losing and getting opened up or freed up by throws, guess what, buddy? You're gonna get freed up by throws in Street Fighter 6 as well. I mean, there's no difference. But yeah, guys, that is top 5 scrub quotes for Street Fighter 6, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know which one you've heard in the Wild Street Fighter 6 West out there down below. Which one do you agree with the most? And let me know if you guys have any extra ones that I can add into another video. And if I can get 10 likes on this video, guys, I'll do a Street Fighter 6 top 10 scrub quotes, and it'll be completely different. With that being said, it's been your boy GenoMingo, and I'm out.